With the release of Odyssey for Elite Dangerous, an entire new aspect of the game has opened up, granting players a fresh perspective on the galaxy, along with a variety of new ways to play. So, in this video, I'm going to take a look at 11 new things you can try in Odyssey. Settlements are a huge part of Odyssey. These are essentially what could be considered as frontier-styled towns. They have a variety of buildings and resources, as well as life and activity going on within them. You may find NPC security forces here on patrol, but also workers such as scientists going about their business. In addition to smaller buildings, settlements may contain power plants, industry, command and processing buildings. Depending upon your influence with the faction that runs a settlement, the area may be friendly or hostile towards you. If they are friendly, you'll be able to wander around settlements, entering buildings and interacting with various things. Some areas are restricted, however, so you should keep away from these if you don't want to cause any trouble. You can also find resources in these locations, and whilst opening crates or cupboards and taking the resources is considered theft, if you don't get caught in the act, you are free to take what you like. Settlements then are interesting places to explore. They come in many varieties, and all of them will be affected by the game's background simulation. Odyssey's missions can be found either at mission boards or from NPC mission givers. Missions come in a variety of forms, covering combat, trading, espionage, assassinations and more. For the most part, Odyssey-focused missions take place in the settlements. So once you accept a mission, you will have to go to a specific settlement in order to complete it. Sometimes missions may have an additional objective, such as asking you to complete the mission without harming anyone. Beyond that requirement though, missions can generally be undertaken by your chosen playstyle. You can go in guns blazing, or sneak into the buildings by either forcing entry or stealing a security ID. Missions then are a big part of Odyssey, so they are well worth taking a look at. Exploring points of interest is one of my favourite parts of Odyssey. The process is very similar to how things work in Horizons. Begin by scanning a planet from up in orbit, and then descend down to the discovered POI. You can find anything from crashed ships and SRVs to small buildings or even areas of organics. Generally, you'll be able to collect resources from these locations, however, do keep in mind that NPCs will also be interested in these resources, and it's more than possible that some hostile NPCs may be dropped into the area. If so, you can bet you'll be involved in a firefight very quickly. Whilst there's certainly not hundreds of variations on points of interest, it is nonetheless a very compelling game loop. Your on-foot character is equipped with both a suit as well as weapons. All of these can be upgraded via Odyssey's double upgrade system. The first step is to unlock slots on your equipment that allow you a space for a modification. Slots are unlocked at Pioneer Supplies by providing enough of the necessary resources. Among other places, resources can be found at settlements, POIs and missions. Engineering is the second layer for the upgrades of your weapons and your equipment. It can allow for improved scopes, stability of weapons, night vision, and more. Odyssey comes with a number of new engineers who you will need to visit in order to do this. Whilst engineering isn't required in Odyssey, it is nonetheless very important. As with Horizons, upgrading your equipment will generally make your experience in missions and combat zones that much smoother. For those of you that like combat, you'll want to head to combat zones. These appear on the system map as an icon with crossed swords. You can travel directly to these and attempt to get involved in a fight. However, to access the true conflict zone experience, you'll need to head to the frontline solutions, which can be found in a space station or at a planetary port. Once signed up, you can board the NPC-controlled Vulture, which will take you directly to the combat zone. Here, you'll be dropped into the combat. Combat pits two sides against each other in a mixture of PvP and PvE battles. The objective is to eliminate the opposing side and take control of the settlement. In short, these are domination matches. If you die during battle, you'll respawn back in a Vulture, ready to be dropped back into combat. Conflict zones are a great way to experience Odyssey on-foot combat without the worry of spawning back in your ship or at a space station if you die. When you scan planets from orbit, you can now access a heat map overlay, which will indicate where life can be found on the planet. Life comes in the form of plants, which you can scan using the tool found in the Artemis exploration suit. It's a very basic concept, although plants can be found all over the galaxy. Scanning allows you to gather data on the plants, which in turn could be handed in at space stations and planetary ports via the Vista Genomics for cash rewards. Odyssey, of course, comes with brand new types of planets, those with a basic atmosphere. This essentially unlocks a vast number of new worlds for players to land on, and also offers up entirely new sites that haven't been seen before. The chemical makeup of a planet's atmosphere will determine the colour of the sky you see when on these worlds, and skies come in a variety of colours, meaning that exploration and sightseeing takes on an entirely different perspective with Odyssey. The planets themselves have also been redesigned with brand new planetary tech, and this improves the visuals and landscapes for all landable worlds, both with and without atmospheres. So those are the new major features for Odyssey. However, with the new perspective, you also get access to a bunch of new opportunities. Elite has a ton of locations we've all visited before. Some of these will be personal favourites, others will be famous locations. Odyssey then is a great time to go back and check out your old favourite locations. Here are a few suggestions. Apem-Neped, a star system with two very close orbiting ringed worlds. These are going to be extremely interesting to see in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Getting out on foot with the new planetary tech and checking out the twin rings should make for some very impressive sights. Betelgeuse, of course, is a truly massive star, and the close-by orbiting planet makes for a very hot surface. Whilst this may be a bit on the hot side to actually get out on, it's nevertheless going to be nice to see with the new planetary tech. And then of course there's Mitterrand Hollow, the moon that orbits its world of New Africa at a hugely rapid pace, all worth checking out. Now, all of the old engineers that have been in Horizons for ages can actually be visited in the flesh. If you head to one of these engineers, you'll be able to leave your ship and go directly and talk with them. What's more, you'll be able to check out the interior of their bases. It's as good as any reason to go see an engineer, and probably actually among the better reasons to go visit them. The jump packs that come with the suits can be pretty powerful, especially with the ones that come with the Artemis exploration suit. This will allow you to boost jump far higher than you would usually be able to jump, and it's especially pronounced on low G worlds where you can achieve great heights. Base jumping then is, without a doubt, going to be an activity worth trying out. Whether you want to do that from the peak of a city building or from the highest of cliffs is entirely up to you. One of the first things many people wanted to do when Elite first launched was to check out our home, the solar system. Odyssey affords us a fresh new look at the cradle of humanity, meaning that the new planetary tech is going to make the solar system well worth the effort of a visit. Why not try visiting the Thargoid bases and the Guardian ruins? On foot, these are going to be very unusual indeed. Already they are unique and mysterious locations. Go take a look, you'll just be surprised. So there we have it, a whole bunch of things to do, and I'm sure there's more. Do let me know your suggestions in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.